I promise I could not make this up even if I tried. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you an update on the Democrats who fled Texas to prevent some new voting laws from going through. Because as you know, in Texas, you must have 2/3 of the legislature there in order to have any kind of vote go forward. So they left the state altogether to prevent that from happening. Now, they had 2 chartered flights. They're on there, with the beer and the little bus that took them there. Real fancy, no mask on, all that stuff. Now, not 1, not 3, not 5, but as of right now, right around 11:30 a.m. Tuesday, July 20th, 2021, at least 6 of the Democrats who left Texas have tested positive for the virus. Now, this is really crazy. And before I go forward, I would never say that I'm glad they got the virus because it's poetic justice. They got what they deserved. Ha, jokes on them. I would never say a thing like that because I'm a respectful guy and I take the virus very seriously, as should you, right? That's what I'm going to say right here. Anyway, at least 6 other people that fled have tested positive for the virus. Now, I remember when one of the guys was on Fox News speaking to Pete Hegseth. I did a video about that. I'll link to that full video in the description box. But Pete asked him, it's like, hey, you guys are on the plane with no mask on. Where are your masks at?
Real quick, I'm going to end with this.
Democracy itself.
Your party's been obsessed with COVID standards, yet the CDC and the White House says you need to wear one on a plane. Why didn't you guys?
So all of us are fully vaccinated that got on the plane without a mask. Per CDC
if you're fully
guidance,
vaccinated, can I get on a plane then? Got
all
it.
We're trying to do
good.
Is follow
as long
science,
as I know that you support that
you.
If you're fully vaccinated, you get on a plane.
Well, I mean, what's going on? I'm not saying that they would be better off with the mask, but I'm talking about the guys arrogant saying that we have the vax and we're straight. Well, maybe or maybe not. I don't really know how it's supposed to work, how it's supposed to go. I'm not sure if when he said that they're all vaccinated, if it was the truth. It probably was. I have no way of knowing if he was lying or not. But regardless of what, you have 6 guys that got the virus. Now, where did they all catch it from? You put 2 and 2 together. You on this tube. It's a bunch of y'all coming from the same place, going to the same place. And then 6 of y'all pop positive for the virus. So how did that happen? This is creating kind of a panic in DC, in my humble opinion. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I think that it's creating a panic because these people were trotted out there in DC with the federal people, with Kamala Harris and Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, senators, House reps, the press, everybody. They're doing press conferences, going on television, all this, that, and the third, right? One of Nancy Pelosi's aides, who is fully vaccinated, has popped positive after they met with those Democrats who fled. Now, here comes Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris met with these Democrats, and for some reason, she went to Walter Reed. Now, the official reason that I've read, among different things that I've read, the official reason is that her stay or her visit was already planned a long time ago. Nothing to do with the Democrats that popped positive for the virus. It was a routine thing, like a routine checkup. Now, the timing is pretty interesting. You just met with the Democrats that popped positive for the virus, and you go to Walter Reed like a couple days or a day later. The timing is very interesting, but the official reason from the press secretary, Jen Psaki, is that it was already set up. It was nothing nefarious. This is just a normal routine thing, right? But I'm hearing different outcomes or different things that happened while at Walter Reed. Now I'm reading one thing that says she got a virus test and it came back negative. That's one thing I'm reading. The second thing is that, well, she didn't get a test because there was no reason to do so, because her interaction with the Democrats that came from Texas who popped positive for the virus was limited, and or she did not meet with those that popped positive directly. So then there was no point of her getting tested and she's good to go. But I don't see how that makes any sense. If the staffer for Nancy Pelosi got tested, why wouldn't Kamala Harris get tested? I don't see how that makes any sense. And by the way, everybody in the situation has been fully vaccinated, allegedly. All the people that were on the plane were fully vaccinated. The staffer was fully vaccinated, and Kamala Harris. The CDC also says if you've been fully vaccinated, as those who were on the plane claimed they were, then there's no point of, or you don't have to wear a mask indoors or outdoors. So according to the CDC, those that were on the plane were following the science. But it's kind of interesting how they can do that. But if I try to go down to Hartsfield-Jackson and get on a Delta flight from ATL to, I don't know, Denver or something like that, and I try to have my mask below my nose and over my mouth, they're going to be like, sir, put your mask up over your nose and your mouth or you're going to get off the plane. That's what I'll be told. So following science seems to kind of get weird depending upon who you are and your connections and your money, because let's not forget, these chartered flights out of Texas went to DC with the Democrats on it. There were 2 chartered flights and the cost was $100,000 US. 100,000, 100,000. Do you have that kind of money laying around just to fly, private, charter, whatever, the bus with the beer on it? But I'm getting triggered, so I digress. The whole point is that this whole science thing gets kind of weird. People tell you different things. They talk about, oh, I was over here, but I was really over there. They say this works, and I'm not sure if it does or if it doesn't. But as far as I know, everybody's asymptomatic. Nobody's in the hospital that I know of, and hopefully everybody's okay. Like I say, I would never wish ill upon anybody. I just want to, I just hope that everybody gets better. And what I want Democrats to do is not try and use it as an excuse to not go back to Texas and vote. I mean, because I was reading that this could have been kind of a ploy. It might be fake because they don't want to go back home. I don't believe that's true. I think it just kind of happened. It's just kind of one of those things that goes on, kind of a coinky dink, if you will. I think that's what it was. But it's pretty interesting, to say the least. But as I close, I want to say this. If we're going to have rules for people, if we're going to follow the science, then let's do it all the time across the board. And let's make it be rational. Let's make it make sense, all right? Like I saw if you live in Los Angeles, they're bringing the mask mandate back for indoors. But according to the CDC, they say if you've had the vaccine, you're not required to wear a mask indoors or outdoors. But they don't care about your vaccination status in Los Angeles. So it's like, are we going to follow the science or not? The government says do this. All right, well, if the standard is whatever the government says goes, as far as the videos I'm making, as far as the policies that are out there, as far as the rules that we must follow on the plane, off the plane, indoors, outdoors, or whatever, let's have that same standard be across the board. And like I said, let's make it make sense rather than these random arbitrary things that just simply that are not congruent with reality. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about the Texas Democrats are positive for the virus? 6 so far. Like I said, it's almost noontime over here on the East Coast. Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. Will there be more Democrats are positive? As I was reading and getting ready for this video, I saw that another staffer had got, the virus. So I'm assuming that there'll be more that come out in the next coming minutes, hours, days. Whatever thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. How you feel about this whole Kamala Harris kerfuffle? I mean, you think the Walter Reed visit was just routine, regular? If the visit was routine and regular and it was already planned months in ahead, do you think it just went about their checkup the same way? They didn't do anything else? It's like, okay, you're the vice president. You're second in line to this guy who is looking like he's on his last leg. If Joe Biden was a vehicle, his odometer would have already flipped over. I'm talking about no catalytic converter. The transmission is busted. You got 4-ball tires, no power steering. You got sludge in your engine. That'd be pretty much the equivalent of Joe Biden as a vehicle right now. And everyone knows it. I don't care if you're left, right, Democrat, Republican, politically agnostic. I don't care what you identify as. You can identify as a twig, a puff of train smoke, a bright idea. Everybody can see what's happening with this man. Everyone. So if he's in that frail condition, you want to make sure that your second in charge your potential president is going to be all right as well. Whatever's going on, you want to get on top of and fix. So I don't really buy, in my humble opinion, allegedly, I don't really buy this whole thing about, oh, it was routine and she didn't get no test. Come on. Do you believe that? Personally, I don't believe everything the government says. I just don't. Okay. I don't believe everything I see just from regular people. So the government are just like everybody else, the regular people. So why would I believe everything they say? Do you believe that, not believe that? Whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.